Well, hey folks, this is AFFILATE RC coming to you from the man cave, and this, as you already know, is the FMS AVANTI 90mm, the 18-year anniversary of, I guess, of FMS. I'm assuming, I really don't know. And 90mm, I got the thrust vectoring on. Let's take her out in the field and get you some flights. Meet you out there. Well, hey folks, AFFILATE RC. All right, we're going to take up the FMS 90mm AVANTI S. Have a little bit of fun with her. Now I have the thrust vectoring on all the time. I just have it hardwired. I don't have any difference, just on all the time. And flying at my high race, timer set for 4 minutes. Once all my flights with the plane are done, we'll meet you back. We'll meet you back at the man cave. We'll go over all my AS3X settings and everything I flew in. All right, this is a phenomenal flying plane. Unfortunately, we have no clouds today, so do the best I can to keep the plane in closer, but I got one cloud and it's way off to my far right. All right.
Takeoff flaps.
Timer set for 4 minutes. Probably don't need flaps right now. All right. Here we go. Got a 5,000 graphene Turnigy battery. Yeah. And honestly, the thrust vectoring is not all that big of a deal. I mean, it's really nice. All right, we're going to take it up now.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Did you catch that? All right, cool. Take it up again. Sorry about that. It didn't exactly fall out of it the way I wanted it to.
Retracts deployed. Landing flaps. Flaps are up.
I decided not to land.
2 minutes. Landing flaps. Flaps are up.
All right. A little bit of a cross breeze today. But that's okay. We can deal with that. All right, we're going to take off again, and when we take off, when we get to the end of the runway and take off, we're going to shoot straight up. We're going to just see how high I can make this thing go. We've recently had our limit raised by the AMA. All right, or actually by FAA. So we now go up pretty high.
Flaps are up. Gear is up.
All right, there's where she peters out, almost. I just wish we had some clouds.
Landing flaps.
Clouds would be awesome. How smooth that is.
Flaps are up. Retracts deployed. Landing flaps. 30 seconds. Braking. 20 seconds. Brakes are, flaps are up. 10.
Check this out.
Braking. Grid land the plane now. Brakes are off.
All right. 5 seconds over on a 4-minute timer. And what do you want to hear before you touch a plane?
Prop is secured.
Prop
Safe
is
to
secured.
approach.
That's right. Prop is secured, safe to approach. All right. Unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. KM models, thank you for the afterburners for review. 18% left. So really 4 minutes. When you get maybe 3 minutes and 50 seconds will be better. But all right, definitely could not have gone around again. All right, folks, well, there you go. That is the first flight of the FMS Avanti 90mm 18-year anniversary with the thrust vectoring on there. Oh, wait a minute. And I've got it wired in with my elevator and my rudder, and I don't, whatever my rates are for elevator and rudder, that's what the thrust vectoring does. All right, we'll go over all the rates, my AS3X settings, everything back in the man cave. We'll meet you there. God is good, and God bless y'all. Bye-bye. Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, we got the 90mm Avanti 18-year anniversary. Thrust vectoring. Whoa. Kind of windy, but who cares?
Motor is armed. Be careful.
Thrust vectoring's on all the time. I don't mess around with that. Turn it on or off. Let's leave it on all the time. Take her up and have some fun with her. Gonna try to do what this plane excels at, and some nice low passes, and maybe do some flips and everything. All right, timer set for 4 minutes. Running a 5,000 graphene Turnigy battery. Here we go. All right. All right, let's bring her by.
Landing flaps.
Kind of slow and low.
Flaps are up.
All right, take it up.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
I love that thrust vectoring. All right.
Deployed.
I think we've had enough making the pilot completely sick.
Landing flaps.
That pilot has thrown up 9 times now. He's got puke on the inside of the screen. And he's just absolutely horribly upset. Why am I doing this?
Flaps are up.
Bounce it back up. Actually, a little too hard there, but that's okay.
Time remaining 2 minutes. Landing flaps.
All right.
Flaps are up.
Decided not to. You know what? Let's do this. Take it out here. We're going to do no flaps this time. No flap landing. Out of the power. Out of the power, back into a little bit of power. Well, maybe not. Hold on. I want to time this just right. I like this approach better.
Braking.
All right.
Brakes are off.
All right, we still got a minute left. Take her up one more time.
Time remaining 1 minute.
One more time. Actually, it's an incredibly efficient jet. Gonna leave the gear down.
Takeoff flaps.
We'll do takeoff flaps this time for landing. Still high.
Braking. Brakes are off.
All
Brakes
right.
are up.
Bring it up.
30 seconds. Braking. 20 seconds. Brakes are off.
Awesome.
Braking. Brakes are prop is secured.
All right, we had 14 seconds left on a 4-minute timer. Second flight of the day.
10.
Oh, hush. All right, unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. Thank you, KM Models. All right, 12% left, so good thing we stopped. Alrighty, we'll go over everything about the flight and everything back in the man cave, but that's the second flight today. Do a little bit of aerobatics and tumbles, just kind of showing how sick I can make the pilot feel. And all right, we'll see you back in the man cave. God bless y'all. See you there. Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flyers RC. Boy, I tell you what, I had some fun. I tell you what, the Avanti 90mm. I mean, I know I have it on the channel a lot, but I can't help it. This thing is such a blast to fly. I absolutely just blown away by it. I have so much fun flying it, and I love the thrust vectoring. That is an option that if you're going to get this plane, come on. I mean, and I don't have it on a switch or anything. I have it hardwired in, and I paid for the extra upgrade and the thrust vectoring unit, and it's just it only really is effective when you're at lower speeds and when you're turning and stuff like that, and you want to do some tricks. But for normal cruising around, it's not. Don't let it intimidate you. It's actually really easy. And of course, I've got the beautiful KM model afterburner there. I love it. Okay, I like it too much.
Approach secure.
Um,
Safe to approach.
well, since we have it right here, let's go over our rates. The rates that I flew it in, I'm doing my high rates the entire time. 100% throws, 40% expo on the ailerons. On the elevator, 100%, 50% expo on the elevator. A lot of expo, mainly because of that. Actually, no. Sorry, elevator is 50% expo. Okay. And the rudder, because I went too far, is 50% also ESO. So 100%, 50% expo on the rudder, 100%, 50% expo on the elevator, and on the aileron is 40% expo, 100% throws. Since I'm holding, this is actually not that light of a model. It's kind of heavy. I'm getting weak. All right, there is a mix. For flaps up is a negative 90% for flaps. Takeoff is 20%, no mix. Landing flaps is a positive 70% with a 10% down elevator mix, and that all has a 2-second deployment. All right, let me set the plane down because it's getting kind of heavy. All right, we'll share my AS3X settings with you. All right, I do not have the nose wheel gyro enabled, which I could because I have an 8-channel Spectrum receiver. I just haven't done it yet. And the gains are one-time gains. My roll is 20%. My pitch is 65%, and my yaw is 40%. Priority, all at 100 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Heading, I didn't do anything with. Stop lock is at 50, 50, 50 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Release rate, 55, 55, 75. Gain sensitivity is at 1. I set her at 4 minutes on my timer, and I never have any issue with that. I always come back at, over anywhere from 15 to 25%. CG on the plane is on the, I don't know the actual numbers, to be honest with you. It'll be in the description of the video, but to give you a landmark, if you look at the front of the wheel well, there's a panel line there. These 2 dots, I've got 2 glue spots there. Now, the description of the video will have the actual numbers, but if you put your finger right in front of the wheel well, that's where she CGs. I like CGing with the gear down, okay, like she's going to land, because that's where your CG is probably the most important when you're getting ready to land. And she's pretty perfect right there. Not really favoring nose heavy or tail heavy. She's pretty good right there. All right. And she is heavy. All right, let me show you my setup. You say, well, that's great. Well, where do you put your battery to get that CG? Now, because of the thrust vectoring, you have a weight that they give you, and it just bolts right in. They give you everything you need. They bolt that in there. And then I got the 5,000 pretty well. Well, you can see where I got it. You don't use the front strap, you use the back strap. And I got my hand there between that bulkhead. Okay, and that's where, right in the middle of that back strap, put your 5,000. Now, if you want, you could remove that weight and then put your battery all the way forward if you wish. It all depends on you. Now, FMS, come on. That's how long of a lead we have. Another 3 or 4 inches would be nice. I'm not going to go there. You all with a dirty mind there was thinking the same thing. I've got the 8-channel Spectrum receiver back here in the back. You can't see it. I got a satellite right here just because, I mean, come on, this is a $600 plane. I don't want to run the risk of losing it. And so there are a lot of electronics here, so I put a satellite in. Even though with the regular 8-channel dual diversity that I do have at 90 degrees, I just felt better spending the $30 and getting that Spectrum receiver or satellite right there, and that's where I got it. But KM model afterburner plugs in, circuit board up there in that little shelf, and I'll tell you right now, this is just one absolute fun flying plane. Now, you guys that live up north, the shocks, the suspension have like it's like gas filled or something. and it's very stiff, okay? So in cold weather, it's gonna get very, very hard. So what you might wanna do is, or it's like oil filled or something, drain that out, clean it with alcohol, put spring, or there's some springs in there, and put it back together, and you won't have any problem. But whenever it's cold, it gets very, very stiff. Today was a hot day, so I don't have any issue with it. Down here in Florida, we don't get cold enough for that to matter. But you guys up north, that might be something you consider. Watch Two Brothers. He has a suggestion on how to do that. And this is one of the planes that, in an email back and forth with me and him, or actually through a site comment, this is one of the few planes that he really put the thrust vector on. You really don't have to do any mods. And Two Brothers, they mod everything and to make it fly to full potential. And that's what he openly says. This one here, pretty much didn't have to do anything to it. It's almost perfect right out of the box. And I completely agree. It's absolutely a fabulous flying plane. Is it the fastest jet you'll ever fly? No. Is it probably one of the most fun jets out of the box that you don't have to really do anything with? Probably, yeah. I absolutely love it. If you like sports jets, this is like the pinnacle of sports jets, in my opinion. Alrighty. And if it wasn't so gosh darn expensive, you put your nice receiver in it, it could be your first jet, first sports jet. But because of the price and the power and the size, I don't recommend it for your first sport jet. Get the 70mm Avanti instead, and then work your way up to this. And then I would go to the 80mm FMS or free wing Avanti, which is great. That's between the two, it's kind of hard to decide which one I like better. I like the other one because the free wing, because it's cheaper. But this thing here, oh yeah, it's got thrust reverse too. But you get this thing, man, with that thrust vectoring nozzle back here. It is so much fun, so much fun. The fun factor is off the scale with it. Now, if you want to check CG, I just noticed I got marks on top. If you absolutely want to check CG on top, run your finger there. See them two black marks? Where that black decal comes in? On either side right there, if you want to check it from that way. But it's entirely up to you. The CG numbers will be in the description of the video. That is the Avanti S 18-year anniversary, 90mm from FMS. It is just a fabulous flying plane. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a viewer, subscriber, or just stopping by to see what this fat guy is all about. Thank you so much. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and then really cool jets. God is good.